2 years ago. Hansi Flick said this about a 17-year-old defender.
Cuba is with 17 years, he's really young. We act like the experienced player and really also with the ball. Unbelievable.
When one of the best coaches in football says something like that, you listen, but nobody did. People spent the last year talking about Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, and Pedri. Meanwhile, Pau Cubarsí became the foundation of the best defense at the 2026 World Cup. Spain only conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament, against some of the most dangerous attacks in international football, like France, Portugal, and Argentina. Pau Cubarsí locked up some of the best attackers of our generation: Ousmane Dembélé, Michael Olise, Kylian Mbappé, 3 players capable of destroying almost any defender on the planet. Yet, against the 19-year-old, they all looked clueless. And after Spain lifted the World Cup, he walked away with the Young Player of the Tournament award. Not because he scored goals or assisted them, but because he quietly controlled games from the back. So the question is, why did so many people doubt him only a few months earlier? The funny thing is, this tournament shouldn't have surprised anybody. Hansi Flick practically warned us. When he first arrived at Barcelona, he kept talking about Cubarsi's maturity. Not his age, his maturity. Because that's what separates great young defenders from the rest. Most teenage defenders rely on athleticism. They dive into tackles, they recover with pace. Cubarsí does something much harder. He solves problems before they even happen. Watch him play. He's constantly scanning, checking over both shoulders, adjusting his body shape, reading where the next pass is going before it's even played. It's why he rarely has to make desperate tackles. His positioning does the work for him, and that's exactly what Spain needed. This Spanish team attacked with confidence because they trusted the players behind them. Whenever possession was lost, Cubarsí stayed calm. No panic, no reckless challenges, just intelligent defending. Throughout the tournament, Spain constantly forced opponents wide before closing passing lanes into the middle. Cubarsí was at the heart of it. His interceptions broke attacks before they became dangerous. His passing ability immediately turned defense into attack. And perhaps most importantly, he almost never lost concentration. People love spectacular defending, sliding tackles, goal line clearances, last-ditch blocks, but coaches know something fans sometimes forget. The best defenders don't need those moments very often. Because if you're having to make a slide tackle, that means you have already made a mistake. That's what Cubarsí did all tournament. He made sure to neutralize attacks before they even got dangerous. Against France, everybody expected Mbappé to be the difference. Instead, he spent large parts of the match receiving the ball with his back to goal, forced away from dangerous areas. Whenever Mbappé tried attacking inside, Cubarsí was already there. Then came Olise, one of Europe's most creative attackers, fresh off another incredible season. Spain simply refused to give him space between the lines. Again, Cubarsí was everywhere, winning second balls, stepping into midfield, breaking passing sequences before they developed. That isn't luck, that's elite defending. Ironically, some of the loudest criticism of Cubarsí came before this tournament, not because he suddenly became a bad defender. It was because Barcelona conceded so many goals. People blamed him. Social media clips made every mistake look catastrophic, but context matters. Barcelona under Hansi Flick play one of the highest defensive lines in Europe, sometimes almost on the halfway line. That system asks centre-backs to defend enormous spaces behind them. One mistimed press, one missed offside trap, one bad bounce, and suddenly the defender looks exposed. It's a risk every high-pressing team accepts. Liverpool experienced it under Klopp. Bayern experienced it under Flick. Even Guardiola's teams make mistakes playing that aggressively. The problem is, most people only remember the mistake, not the hundreds of times the system works perfectly. Cubarsí wasn't the reason Barcelona defended high. He was one of the reasons they could. Very few teenage defenders have the composure, passing range, and tactical understanding to survive in that kind of system. That's why Flick trusted him so much. With Spain, the tactical setup was different. The defensive line still pushed forward, but not to the same extreme. The distances between defenders stayed tighter. The midfield offered better protection. And suddenly, instead of constantly sprinting backwards 40 meters, he defended facing the game, exactly where he's at his best, and the results spoke for themselves. 1 goal conceded an entire tournament. Winning Young Player of the Tournament feels like the natural reward, and deservedly so. Every great international side has had one defender everyone else could trust. Italy had Cannavaro, Spain in 2010 had Puyol and Piqué, Argentina had Romero. Now Spain might have found their next defensive leader. And the scary part, he's still only a teenager. Centre-backs usually don't reach their peak until 27, 28, sometimes even 30. Cubarsi is years away from that point. He's still learning, still improving physically, still adding experience. If this is what he looks like now, imagine what he'll become. Spain didn't just lift the trophy because they created chances. They lifted it because almost nobody could create chances against them. And standing in the middle of that defense was a teenager Hansi Flick told us to believe in. Maybe we should have listened sooner, because while everyone else was watching the stars up front, Pau Cubarsí quietly became one himself. If you enjoy football contents like this, make sure to subscribe.